Ooh, why am I green? Hey, Tricia. Hey, Margaret.
Hey, Terry, how are you?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
Good, thank you. Good to see you.
Good. Good to see you too.
Thanks.
So I'm just going to give this like one more minute, and then I'm just going to start sharing my screen with you. How's everybody faring? How you doing, Margaret?
Good, good. I just got a listing.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yay.
Yeah, tell me about it.
It's up in Billerica.
Yeah.
Little out of the way. But I'll take it. And it's my brother's.
Oh, good.
So I called him. I said, "What are you doing? Are you going to be selling your house like you talked about?" And he said, "Yeah, let's do it."
So it's a house. That's great. How many bedrooms and everything?
It's 3 bedrooms. It's probably about 1,200 square feet.
Nice.
He's been in there about 20 years. He's single
Wow.
now. His kids are gone. It's small, but it's a little cape, but he's well maintained, new heating system. We're having everything painted out, gray, and could use a new kitchen and bathrooms. But other than that, it's in pretty nice. It's in good shape. It's in good shape.
When does it hit the market? When is it going on?
Yes, it'll go on MLS hopefully the first week of June, just because I signed it up and then I did the whole loop and all. And then Tammy came back and said, we need an MLS. And then I realized, oh gosh, it's not going on until another week. So I ended up doing the non-MLS form.
Yep.
So got that, and the painters are coming in on Monday, and he said that they should need about a week to get everything done, and then I'll get the photographs and all that, and yeah, it's good.
Very good. Excellent. Yay! Hey, it's a start. That's really good. Thanks. So just make sure if you have any questions about, how do you fill out the forms and stuff, Donna Frano is now the Director of Agent Services. Did you know that?
Oh, okay. I did not know that, Donna.
Okay. Her email
I did something with her the other day. I did a buyer paperwork, but.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. So she's what is her new position?
I'm now the Director of Training and Technology. And she's the director, she's the position I had. So the thing is, she's the Director of Agent Services.
Yeah.
And she is really great. She used to be the president of South Shore Realtors. And so she knows everything about MLS inside and out. If you have trouble, putting your first MLS listing up on MLS, she can help you with that. She's really, really very good. So her email, I don't have her phone number with me, but her email is, let me just make sure. Let's see. Hey, Mark, how you doing? He's got his, but Donna's email is dfrano, Frano, @kw.com.
Okay. And one other thing, just quickly before you start, I never got a sign. Do I get a sign when I join with KW?
You get a sign that's almost free.
Yeah.
And Donna can give you that information.
I'll call her.
Actually, I can send it to you. Let me just write myself a note here.
Sure.
So.
Good morning.
Hi, Trish.
Hey, how you doing? Hi,
Good.
Hey, Trish.
Did you get a listing?
I did. Yes, I did.
Ah!
Oh, you're sweet, honey. Thank you.
And hi,
About
Louise.
time.
Hello there.
Hello, and hi, Mark. I don't know if Mark is here or not. Okay, so guys, just so we all know, what we're going to do today is, and I know some of you have already done this, what we're going to do today is we are going to just do the basics of Command, how you get in. So that means setting up your profiles, setting up your, you should all have your, excuse me, your KW profile set up, but the difference between your KW profile and your marketing profile, making sure that all of your apps are set up and what those apps mean. And then lastly, I'm going to show you how you can go about, if you haven't already, putting your contacts into Command the easy way using Scott Leroy Marketing. Okay, so if you guys, Trish, I know you've been through this, and let's see, Margaret, I think you've been through this too. So if you guys, want to leave the meeting at any time, I won't be offended. So if you have questions, just go ahead and unmute yourself. There's only 5 of us, so that should be fine. And other than that, if your phone rings or anything like that, if you could mute yourselves, if that happens, I'd appreciate it. Okay?
Thanks, Terry. I'm going to hop off.
Oh, okay, Louise. Okay. All right, I'm going to start by sharing my screen with you. Hold on, let me just bring it up and I'll share it with you guys. I'm logging in. Let me just do a share screen with you guys. Come on.
Sorry I'm late.
Hi, how are you, Steve?
We'll find out.
Okay. Wait a minute, I'm trying to get my share screen up here. It's not giving me my directions. Why? Oh, sometimes I don't like Zoom. All right, so what I'm trying to do here is share my screen with you guys. But it doesn't seem to be giving me the option. Come on, Zoom. I don't know why it's not giving me the share screen option. It's weird. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, I see. Okay, never mind. Just my stupidity. Okay. So Steve, I'm just going to do the basics. I was just saying I'm going to do the basics of how you get into and start Command. And then I will follow this up with a list of some videos that you guys can watch and some other information. And everything that I talk about today, I'll also follow up with a whole page of stuff for you guys to look at.
Okay.
So let me start by sharing what I hope is my screen here. Okay, so are you guys looking at my welcome home Terry Pence screen?
Yes.
With Command
Yes,
on it?
yes.
Great, terrific. So to log into Command, what you're going to do is you're going to use Chrome, first of all. First things first, you want to use the Chrome browser. You never want to use Safari, and you never want to use, well, you can use Explorer and Firefox, but the best browser to use is Chrome, and that is for a lot of different reasons. But if you don't have Chrome on your laptop or your phone or your desktop, you just go ahead and install Google Chrome, and go ahead and install it. You don't have to do that now, but that's lesson number 1. Secondly, if you ever have problems with Command, a lot of times the tech team is going ahead and upgrading things and fixing things, and that gets in the way of our using Command. So your first course of action, if anything weird happens on Command at all, if you can't get into something or you're just having problems with it, your first course of action is to go in and use Command in a specific type of browser under Chrome. And what that is on the Chrome browser screen, you're going to see, usually it's 3 little dots. Hold on. You're going to see 3 little dots. Sometimes it's all the way over on the right-hand side on your screen. And usually it's different icons in different operating systems, Mac as opposed to PCs. But basically what you're doing is you're going into Chrome settings, and when you click on it, you're going to get a drop-down menu that I hope you all can see here. And what you're going to choose is New Incognito. So if you can't figure out how to get there, you can always Google, how do I get to incognito window in Chrome, and it'll show you directions. So the incognito window shows up as a black screen instead of a white background. And basically what you're doing is you are using whatever program you're using in Chrome, in this case Command, and you're using it without any cache files involved. And that's what's happening, is that there's back-end files that are getting all messed up because sometimes the KW folks, the techs, are in there working on it. And so that's your first line of defense if you have problems. And just close out of Command wherever you are and open up an incognito window in Chrome, and that will hopefully help you. If that doesn't work, then it's time to contact me. Just as an FYI, we have a different structure now for tech support. So what's going to happen is if you have some problems with Command, there's a couple of places you can go that I'm going to show you right now. This is to teach yourself how to use things. But after you understand pretty much how to set up and use stuff, your first line of defense is to first try incognito. And then you're supposed to go to me, and I'm going to try to help you. I'm going to be setting up a tech support, basically a tech support desk in the next few weeks. So, and then if I can't figure it out, I go to the region, which now has a really strong tech support area, and a group of people who are just really great, and they get back to me immediately. And if they can't figure it out, then we'll put in a tech support, I will put in a tech support ticket into Keller Williams International. So I used to tell people go directly to Keller Williams International support. We're not doing that anymore. Frankly, they're overwhelmed. So, but I think that this new regional passing the tech issues up through the region is really, really been helping a lot. I think it gets you your answer quicker, and it helps me to, I'm being updated on the fixes and the updates and all that good stuff every week. So, that's just a little bit of information before we start. Okay, in addition to that, I just want to give you some immediate places to go to learn Command step by step. So you'll notice that when you're in Command, on the upper right-hand corner, there's this little question mark inside a circle. And if you click on it, you're going to get a couple of different helping and information screens. The first one is KW University. And if you click on that, you can go ahead and search for anything. So let's say I want information on smart plans. If I click into that, it's going to give me a whole library of articles. These are called knowledge base articles. They're just basically really very simple step-by-step directions on how to set things up. What this Keller Williams University link is taking you into is someplace, a site called Answers, and you should write this down because it's a really, really, really great place to get step-by-step instructions. Answers.kw.com, and all you do is click on KW Command, and then you go in just as I did now and you search, and it'll give you pictures and little videos, I mean really short, like just little screenshots of how to do things. And it's a great place to start. If you are confused about anything in Command and you want to learn, it's one great place to start. Or maybe you have learned how to do it and you're like, wait a minute, am I missing a step here? I can't remember. This is the place to start. So this is a great place to learn. Secondly, when you get into Command and you have begun to use Command, if you don't want to, if you're having some issues, in addition to contacting me, what the first line of defense after you've tried incognito window in Chrome is to go and chat with support. So the chat box with support is really great. It will open up a chat box on the bottom, and it will allow you to chat with support or send an email directly to support and say, hey, you know, I'm having this problem here. What's going on? That's another alternative. I will tell you that KW support, sometimes I've had, you know, literally 100 people in line ahead of me. So when that happens, I just put a message in there. If you can add screenshots, that would be great. It's very hard to explain to tech support what's going on. So if you have a screenshot, that's a good idea too. Thirdly, you could go in with post an idea. And that's just simply, if you think that there's a feature that should be in Command and you're not sure it's there, you can go to post an idea. That'll take you to a site. The address is ideas.kw.com. And a lot of times if you go into that site, you will be able to see, you'll just type in what your idea is and it'll list all of the features or the questions or the ideas that other agents all over the country, all over the world have come up and asked about. And you'll see next to those ideas or features that you're requesting, sometimes the feature has been added. Sometimes it's on the fast track to be added. Sometimes they're considering it. And you'll see all of that in ideas.com. They really keep that site up to date. So that's another great place for you to go to get help. One other added issue here is, information here is when you send me a tech request, when you send me any information at all about Command, try using a product called Loom, L-O-O-M. It's free. It can go on your phone, it can go on your laptop, it can go on your desktop. It's absolutely free. And all it is a really simple to use little screen capture or screen video. So what you can do is if you're having a problem, let's say logging in, you can just go and click on the feature and you can sit here on Command.
Steve Zaborski.
Hey, Steve.
Oh,
Hey, how you doing, Steve?
sorry, hold on.
Yeah, go ahead and mute yourself. So that's another good thing to do. If you send me or tech support a little Loom video, they're compressed, so they're always small enough to send. It's really helpful because then tech support can see exactly what you're doing, and that really cuts down on the time for their getting back to you. They're able to figure out whether it's a user issue or a command issue, because a lot of times the way we describe issues in support is not really what's going on. So, and that's pretty much everybody. We're all like that. And what we tend to describe is what we think is going on rather than actually the symptoms, and we tend to describe what we think is the problem. So doing a little video helps a lot. Okay, having gotten that out of the way, any questions right up front about that stuff?
Terry,
Okay. Oh, go
Terry,
ahead. Yes.
you go to if you have issues or problems or you're trying to solve, you start with the question mark and you work your way through it, is what you're saying.
Yeah, you can first, if it's something like you don't know how to do something, it's just different levels of support. If you're learning how to do stuff, I would start with the question mark and go to the knowledge base, go to Keller Williams University, which is the same thing as going to answers.kw.com. But once you know how to do something, Steve, what you're going to find out is that there's a lot of stuff on Command, frankly, that works, and then another week they upgrade it and the upgrade doesn't go through properly, so it doesn't work. Like we've been having problems with designs this week. One of the things my job is to do is to go on these meetings every week and try to get a handle with the region on what's not working and what's being worked on, so that I can, when you guys report stuff to me, I can be able to better tell you, oh yeah, this is a known issue, you know, or okay, I'll report this, that kind of thing. But yeah, Steve, start with that.
Okay.
I'm also going to be
That's fine.
sending out some videos for you guys. There's a bunch of video resources that are really, really good. And rather than give them to you here, I'm going to send out a whole resource page of places you can go to get short videos. There is definitely no shortage of training videos for Command out there. There's 2-minute videos, there's 10-minute videos, there's hour-long videos. There's so many videos, and I only suggest videos that are up to date. So I won't send you to anything that's like 2 years old and confuse you. So.
Okay, thank you.
Sure, good question. Okay, so next, let's go to how we begin. The first thing is you're going to want, when you log in, and remember you log in, do not log in through mykw.kw.com. You can log in that way. That's the old eEdge dashboard. That is going to go away sooner or later, probably sooner than later. And they have sort of connected a way for you to get to Command through that, but I don't like to use that because that just encourages, practice that is not best practice. Best practice is for you to open Chrome, your Chrome browser, and in the address bar type in agent.kw.com, and that will take you to your login screen. And then you're going to log in using your MyKW username and password, which is usually your first initial, last name. If you have a very common last name, that might be followed by a number or numbers. And then your password. If you can't remember your password at that dashboard, you just click on Forgot Password, and they will send you a link to figure out what your password is. So agent.kw.com. And this is pretty much the screen that you'll be brought into, the one that you're looking at right now. The first thing we're going to do is we are going to go over to the right-hand side, and you may or may not see your picture up here on the right-hand side yet. You may just see your initials, but you are going to see your name with a down arrow. And at the down arrow, you're going to click on that, and you can go into Settings or Profile. This profile, that if you click on it, this is your KW Connect profile. This is the profile that other agents in Keller Williams will see. And it's an important profile, and if you haven't edited it, that's hard to say, then you should. Because if agents are looking to send you a referral, for example, and they're looking for an agent with special skills or somebody who does so many buy sides or sell sides a year, if they're looking for any specific background, this is what they're going to look at. They're going to look at your agent profile, but that's only agent to agent, okay? So the other profile that you need to set up is under Settings. So if you click this down arrow and we go to the little gear that says Settings, and you don't have to do this now, I'm going to send you all of this in paperwork. I just want to sort of go through, since we only have an hour, I want to go through and show you what needs to be set up. And over here on the left-hand side, under Connect Settings, there's another arrow, and you'll see a marketing profile. And when I click on that, it's going to take me into an entire marketing profile. If you haven't already done so, you should set this up. Now, a couple of caveats with this. The best way to set this profile up is to use this marketing profile guide that you'll see in the upper right-hand corner. It's got this like aqua green background with white lettering. These Kelly guides are all over Command. They're fantastic. They will take you through all of the steps, and the reason they're good is that they don't assume anything. They assume that you haven't done the prerequisite steps for this, and they assume that you don't know what to do after you're done with this. So they take you through an entire spectrum of what you need to learn what you need to do in order to get this started and get this set up. So I would always suggest using the Kelly Guide when you can. And in this case, it's your marketing profile Kelly Guide. Now, your marketing profile is the profile that will be, all of the information in the marketing profile will be used for any customer-facing, client-facing information. All your marketing, all your landing pages, everything that you send through Command to your clients will happen. And we'll pick up that information about you through your marketing profile. So it's very essential that you get it right. You can go back and edit it later, but this is really your forward-facing profile to the world, to your client base. a couple of things. When you go to do this and you're using this, there's two things I want to point out, or three things. Your photo, your team logo, and down here, your Market Center brokerage logo. These all have one thing in common, and they have a recommended size of a 360 by 360 pixels. What that is a square. And everybody knows that our logo is not a square. Usually your team logo is not a square either. So I'm not sure why they had to do this, but that's the way it is. So what'll happen is if you upload your personal photo or the Keller Williams Showcase Properties logo, it's going to come out all stretched. It won't fit in this little area properly. What's happening is it has to be in 360 by 360 format. If you are able to do this, go ahead. I'll give you the tool right now to fix it. If not, you can send your profile pic to me and request that I put it in the 360 by 360 format. Also, if you want the KW Showcase Properties logo in that format, I'm happy to send it to you. The program that's used to change your logo into 360 by 360 is called Canva, CANVA.com. You can set up a free account and do it yourself. But I'm happy to do that for people because it's just another one of those things that has to get done, and I can do it in a second. So give me a few days to get back to you, but I will always set it up for you and get back there. So this is the first thing you need to do, is to set up your marketing profile. Very important. Okay, the next thing that we are going to do is in the steps of getting set up for Connect is we're going to go back up here to your name, and your picture will show once you upload it in the 360 by 360 format. If you click again on the down arrow, I'm going to go back to settings again and point out all of the applications that Command uses need to be connected to Command. And when you click on that down arrow, your applications are not going to be in this order. Once you connect your applications to Command, they all show up in the top. But before that, they're under different categories. We have social, we have productivity category, marketing automation, email, and whatnot. And I'm going to go through these with you right now and explain to you what each of them do. But just as an aside, so you understand, the whole idea behind Command is that Command should be a one-stop place for you to do everything with your clients. Once you get set up, you should be able to, I'm just going to go in here to show you contacts for a second, just to give you an idea of the power of Command. So you'll have different contacts here. And let's see, I'm going to try to find Minnie Mouse so here's my contact Minnie Mouse. Once you click on a contact's name, everything you need to know about that contact is going to be here. Some of this stuff you're not going to understand what it is, like adding neighborhoods, because we haven't gotten through it yet. But basically, you can, if you have a contact, let's say, that is a buyer or a prospective buyer, and you met them at an open house or whatever, and they said, yeah, I'm really interested in the property around 123 Main Street in Norwell. That's where you met them. Or let's say 214 Quincy Ave, you met them at an open house in Braintree. Well, you can plug that neighborhood right in here, and because Command has partnered with another company, you will be able to pick up all the neighborhoods around that address and send them a beautiful landing page with all the marketing information. And you can automate that through Command. Literally, it takes about 5 minutes, and you can start sending that to a group of prospective buyers. And the whole thing is automated and happens really quickly, and it's a form of lead gen. So you can have all the information, any information you want about any buyer. You can record all your meetings, phone calls, email, texts coming and going, calendar events, everything you need to record about a contact is in here. Basically, hold on, let me get back here again. Basically, what Command does is it incorporates everything you need to process a lead, from lead gen all the way through the transaction. So that's all of your marketing, all of your communication history, everything in there, all of your transaction information, everything will be in there. And the way Command does that is by utilizing applications, and you connect those applications to Command. And then, as the name suggests, Command is in charge. Command says, okay, I need to use this application to do a bulk text. I need this application to do a mass email. Oh, okay, I need this application, you know, to send out a signed document, to share a document with someone. And so Command is in charge, and it just pulls all these different applications. And that's why we have to connect those applications to Command. So what we have here is a list of all the applications that are necessary, many of which are necessary to connect to Command. In addition to that, don't worry about this for now, but in the future, just so you understand, there's a whole bunch of other applications too that you can connect to Command, and they are located up here with this little house, looks like a little storefront, Marketplace. Those are other applications that other companies have put out and said, hey, guys, we think that this will work really great with Command. So that's basically how Command works, is it will give you all sorts of features that we will get into as you move forward. All things that you can do for your client to attract clients and to fill your future pipeline. Gary Keller used to say, you know, 250 contacts on your phone and you can be a real estate millionaire. Well, he doesn't say that anymore. His new MREA book states that basically in today's world, everybody knows what's out there. Everybody's online. Everybody's clicking away. So the only way to compete with that is through a program where you can literally put tens of thousands or thousands upon thousands of leads into a system, our system's Command, and process those simply through a bunch of automated campaigns that you can set up quickly that will keep people coming into you. Now, the idea isn't for you to get these folks on the hook immediately. The whole idea with Command is that you keep filling your pipeline so that when that person finally does decide to sell, or when that person finally does decide to sell and buy or buy, you are the person that's been sending them information every single week. And you can do that with Command to literally thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people. And there's many things you can do. You can send them market updates through landing pages. You can send them you know, information about your app. You can send them information so that they log into your website, and all of that information, every time somebody logs into your app or your website through Command, you get that information automatically updated in Command. You can use Facebook ads. Facebook Ad Manager is a paid product, not very expensive. I think Corey Morris just told me the other day that for $52, he received how many? I don't know, it was hundreds upon hundreds of leads. And out of those leads, he's getting 8, 10 or more qualified buyers and listings. He's getting listings from that. So he spent $52 in Facebook ads, and he even relatively recently, he went out and got himself a buyer's agent because there were so many leads that he needed somebody specifically just to go back and follow up on those leads. So the stuff does work. There are a lot of kinks in Command, I'll be honest with you about that, but it does work. What works really, really, really well, and it's meant to compete with today's real estate marketplace, where everybody's on Zillow and Realtor.com, and they're clicking through everything, you know, at 2 o'clock in the morning because they can't sleep. And I don't know, somebody's wife is pregnant and they're like, oh, you know, we're going to need a house in a year from now. I just want to start looking. That's the whole idea behind Command. The whole idea behind Command is that the stuff that you put out there now may not turn turn to fruition. It may not give you a client for another 8, 10 months, a year, year and a half. But because you're literally contacting thousands and thousands of people every month, or at least hundreds and hundreds as a new agent, every single week, every month, you're the person. So Mark, just for your benefit, I'm gonna just say there was a little story I saw on one of KW's top producers gave this little story, and he said, you know, when he goes into Nordstrom's, he gets approached right away through the door by a salesperson, and the salesperson says, hey, can I help you? And of course you say no, because you don't know what you want yet. You haven't found it. So you go up to the 3rd floor and you shop for a little while, and then after a while you finally decide what you want, and you are ready to pay for it. You're ready to buy, but you don't go back downstairs and look for that initial person. You look for whatever salesperson is right in front of your face. And because you just want to do what you want to do, you want to buy now. And that's the exact same thing in real estate. If that person has you top of mind, if that person knows that, okay, this is the person that keeps after me every week, every month, I know this guy. Oh yeah, what was his name? Let me go back to my email. Let me go back to my text. Let me see who this guy is. Oh yeah, that's right. It was that Mark guy. And then when they are finally ready, they will use you rather than somebody else. And that's the whole idea. So for your benefit, Mark, I'm just going to tell you right now, what I tell all newer agents is that you have to keep going with this stuff. Don't stop after one campaign. Don't stop after one phone call. Don't keep going, because as a lot of the more successful agents have said in their training videos, you know, if you stop at 4 or 5, they're going to get your business, because they're going to keep going 5, 6, 8, 10 times. So follow up to all these leads is very important. Okay, so connecting apps. The first couple of apps you're going to connect is going to be your Gmail account and your Google Calendar. Right now, Command only connects to one email and one calendar. That hopefully in years to come, that'll change. But right now it has to be a Google Calendar, and right now it has to be a Google Gmail account. You do not have to use your KW Gmail or Google account, excuse me, but I think it's probably the best thing to do. It's probably best practice to go ahead and use those. If you don't have a Google account, there are ways that what you can do is you can connect a Google account, your KW Google account, and Gmail account to Command, and then you can sort of force feed whatever. If you have an AOL or some other email account, you can feed that information so that it goes into your KW account. The problem with that is that if you have all of your email traffic bouncing from your, let's say, AOL account, because that's the account that everybody knows to use for you, you'll see that email information in your Google account if you set it up that way. However, when you go back to email these folks back, you're going to be emailing them back through your Google account, usually your KW account.
Okay.
And that gets confusing. So if you're setting up first time, I would say if you're using something else, break the cord, put out an announcement to everybody in your contact database. You can do it through Command, and just say, hey, here's my new email address. And then start using your Google email address. Very easy to set up. All you do is click on connect, and you can connect those. I will be following this up with you guys with a whole series of instructions on how to do that. So the first two things you want to set up are your Google Calendar and your Gmail account. Do not set up eEdge unless you have all of your contacts in eEdge. However, this has not been working. It works on and off. This is not the best way to sync your contacts to Command. And we can take, just if you want to email me, I can go offline with you if you are using eEdge for your contacts. In a minute, I'm going to talk to you guys about how you go about uploading your contacts to Command. But let me go through these first. Other productivity tools, don't worry about PieSync. Don't worry about Office 365 for now. If you use Office 365 almost exclusively, go ahead and connect that account to Command. That's not a problem. Twilio. Now, Twilio is a text app. What it does, Twilio is an application that allows for bulk texting. So a lot of these campaigns that are inside Command are automated, as I said, and they're multi-stepped. So a lot of them start with, okay, I want to tell everybody that I have this great new app that they can use. I want to send everyone in my database a text. And then you go in and you tell the text what it's going to say. That's step one. And everybody in your database gets a text saying, hey, this is Terry Pence, your friendly realtor, KW Showcase Properties, and whatever you wanted to say. And I just want to share with you this exciting new app that, will show you snapshots of the entire marketplace. I hope you enjoy it. Just click here. And when they click, they'll just give their name and their email address, and through the text, they'll get your app, which is really nice. But to send out those texts, and then, for example, let me back up, the smart plan that you're using the campaign to advertise that, you can put a delay in for 7 days, and then the next step would be you'll follow it up with a phone call. Hey, did you get my text? Blah, blah, blah. And then 2 days later, you can follow it up with an email. So it gets kind of sophisticated. You can do a lot of stuff very easily with Command. But first of all, you need a vehicle to text, and Twilio is that vehicle. So the way Twilio works is when you go to connect your account, they're going to ask you for a credit card, and people get messed up with this all the time. When you give them their credit card, the very first time you text, whether it's 2 people or 2,000 people, Twilio is going to charge your credit card $20. Now, it doesn't mean that those 2 texts cost $20. The way Twilio works is that it's literally a fraction of a penny to text a person. It's so many hundreds, it's like thousands for $1 that it costs. So it's very inexpensive. So every time you either receive a text or you send a text, Twilio is going to charge you. And they're also going to charge you for the phone, for the number that you're texting from. So I think that that's like $1 every month. So Twilio is really, really inexpensive to use. You can go on twilio.com and look up their pricing, but it's very inexpensive to use. However, people think that when they get that $20 withdrawn from their credit card, that Twilio is charging them $20 for just a few texts. That's not true. Once your account at Twilio goes below $10, and usually that takes months of texting to do, thousands upon thousands of texts have to go out to spend $10 with Twilio. And once it goes below $10, Twilio will charge your credit card another $10. So they like to keep it from $10 to $20. They like to bridge that gap. And that's the way Twilio works. So you're not going to be overcharged. You can also disconnect Twilio at any time you want, because I know nobody wants to be spending a lot of money now. But if you go into Command and you try to set up a campaign using any kind of texting, if you don't have Twilio connected, it's going to ask you to connect it. And just to be clear, do not set up Twilio outside Command. You don't want to use Twilio on its own. The idea is that you want it, because I've had agents doing that, and they'll call me up and say, what is going on? It's so hard to use Twilio. No, you just want to connect it right through Command.
I was about 5 seconds away from just doing that, so I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, people have been doing it, and it's like, no. We have special pricing set up with Keller Williams and everything, and Twilio. So you want to do every one of these that I'm talking about. I just want to make really clear, you want to go into your Command account, and you want to set this stuff up through Command. And you'll notice if you click Connect on Twilio through Command, a Connect screen through Command will come up, and that's what you want to use. You do not want to go to twilio.com and set it up yourself. You want it to be connected.
I think that's like that's probably where like people are getting stumbling on, because like what happened was when I clicked connect it just brings me back to like the same screen. So then I was like, oh, I'll open a new window and put Twilio in it. But it must be like something with the way I have my Chrome set up or something. I don't know.
Well, let me see what happens. I'm going to say connect account on mine so you can see. This is what should happen, unless it's not working right. This is what you should see.
Okay.
You should see Keller Williams, KW products, and all of this stuff. So you logged into Command right now, Mark?
Yeah, want me to share and I can just show you? Maybe I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah, hold on. Let me just get rid of this screen. Oh, God. Sometimes this product really drives me crazy. Yeah, go ahead and share your screen with
Well,
me.
This is help. I've seen like you go through this before, but hearing a second time and actually doing it is really helpful because I just was able to connect a bunch of them and actually, it's more familiar. So I feel like this is really helpful.
Okay.
Yeah, it says I can't share, but it's
All right,
okay.
I'm sorry.
I don't want to stop you.
Okay, do you have if you don't have you should also have your marketing profile set up first. So do the stuff in order that we're
Yeah.
going through it. That might have something to do with it.
Yep.
But it should
Okay.
just be a matter of clicking on the connect account next to Twilio.
I'll get it. I think I'm close.
Okay, you know what, Mark? You can also just send me, we talked about Loom. Just after you get off of here, just do a Loom and and send that to me. A little video showing me what you're doing, like from logon, log into Chrome and then click on connect Twilio under settings and see what happens. So I can see what's happening, okay?
All right, cool. Thank you,
Okay.
Terry.
Okay, so the next thing you want to look at is you can go ahead and connect to MailChimp, but don't do that yet. Okay, this gets a little bit confusing. Here we go. MailChimp costs, Keller Williams set up with, you need a product and app to set up email accounts, to set up emails, to do bulk emailing. So when you want to email 1,000 people at once, you need a product to do that. We negotiated with MailChimp, and like 4 days later, MailChimp upped their prices tremendously. So Keller Williams has been looking for an alternative since and can't find one. Don't worry about connecting to MailChimp yet, because here's the deal. When you go in to do your campaigns through Command, you will need MailChimp. But there is a set of campaigns in Command, over here I'll show you, and it's called Smart Plans. These are basic campaigns that you can either create or that have been created for you that are sort of like little mini campaigns that work really well. And you can text or you can email, you can do a bunch of things through Smart Plans. And when you use Smart Plan campaigns, just Smart Plans, then you'll be using what's called Command Email. And Command Email, I believe you get the first several thousand emails every month. I think it's 5,000 for free. So go ahead, if you're going to start anywhere in campaigns after you do the setup, start with Smart Plans. You're automatically connected to Command Email, and that's an email account that lets you do bulk emailing up to 5,000 a month for free, but only using Smart Plans. So that's where I would tell you to start. If you're not familiar, don't run into doing these campaigns yet because they probably won't work and it'll be a pain in the neck for you. It'll also be more expensive. Okay, the other things that you're going to want to set up under social, not under marketing automation, under social, you're going to set up your Twitter, your Instagram, and your Facebook if you have business accounts. So this is how that works. Let's take Facebook. Facebook, you're going to go in, if you don't already have one, you can create a personal Facebook page. From that, you're going to create a business Facebook page or a business Twitter account or a business Instagram account. You must set up those business accounts for those accounts to be connected to Command. The reason is you can't use a personal business account in Command. You can only use your business accounts. So to do that, you can Google set up Facebook business page. It's like 5 easy steps. The same with Twitter, the same with Instagram. They want you to be able to set up a business page from your personal accounts. That's your personal Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram account very easily because that's how they're going to make more money. So once you've set up your business information, you're going to go under the social tab here in Command, and you're going to click on, for example, Facebook, and then you're going to say connect. And it will first bring up, this is the tricky part, Command will first bring up your social account, your personal Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter account, whichever one you're clicking on. And it'll say, is this your account? And you'll say yes. Then it'll use that account to go search for your business, for example, Facebook account. And that is the account that it will connect to into Command, okay? So first things first, set up a Facebook account, then set up a Facebook business page account. And you should be able to do that very quickly and easily and for free. Then you come back to Command, and under social, make sure it's under social. You do not want to be under marketing automation. You want to be under social. And you're going to select, let's say Facebook. It's going to say, oh, is this you? And bring up your personal account. And you're going to say yes. And then it's going to find your business account and connect your business account to Command. Okay? So once you've done that, this is
What if you already have a Facebook account?
That's great. And Steve, then what you'll do is you're going to, from your Facebook account, you're going to set up a business page, a business Facebook account.
What if you have that too?
Okay, good. Then all you need to do is go into Command, and once you get your marketing profile done, under social in settings, you're just going to click on Facebook and you're going to say connect. And it's going to find those accounts. It's going to ask you, first of all, to put in your Facebook account. You can put in either one, and it's going to find you, and it's going to find your business account, and it's going to connect to Command automatically.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say is that sometimes what it'll do, though, is bring up your personal account first, but it's not going to connect your personal account. It's only going to connect your business account.
Okay.
Okay. So the reason you're going to connect those is that later on, what you're going to use is you're going to use either Facebook, Twitter, or Google. All of those products have what's called an ads manager. Google calls it AdWords. And what that is people get confused with this. Once you have a business Facebook account set up, you can then set up what's called an ads manager. And the only reason I'm bringing this up is that agents are having ridiculous success with this as generating leads. And like I said, you're not generating leads that are going to turn over tomorrow. They may not become, they may not bear fruit for another 6 months or a year, but this is a great way to do lead gen. And once you get a handle on it and you set it up, it's really easy to use. Right now, of course, they're having a few problems with it, but Corey Morris and I believe either next week or the week after, we're going to be doing a class on this, and I'm going to be showing you the basics of how to set it up. And Corey's going to be showing you how he set it up and giving you sort of tricks of the trades and how to manage it through Command, what works, what doesn't work, and that kind of thing. So keep an eye out on the calendar. It'll either be next week or the week after on our Zoom calendar for the next 2 weeks. But really what you can do is Facebook ads. You pay usually about $25 for one round of ads, and there's a way you can set it up through Command, not through Facebook Ad Manager. So you're going to connect Facebook Ad Manager to Command, and then you're going to set it up through campaigns. I'm not going to go over that now. I just want to briefly let you know that there's a way to do that, and for $25, it'll run a campaign for you. And the difference between putting a Facebook ad campaign on, I just want to be very clear, and putting like a listing in your Facebook page, it's like day and night. When you put a listing on your Facebook page, all that does is reach some of the people that happen to look at your Facebook page anyway. That's not reaching a whole lot of people, and it's not targeting any audience. What Facebook Ad Manager does is they have very, as you might suspect, very sophisticated algorithms. All their computer algorithms have to do is look at that ad and look at the location, the price, and all these other parameters. Literally, it takes dozens and dozens of parameters. And then it decides, out of all the Facebook people out there in the entire world, who to target. So these are going to be folks that you've never heard of before, who've never heard of you before. It's not going to show up on your Facebook page. Basically, what Facebook, Twitter, and Google do is they target a market based on the, let's say, listing information that you give them. And so this is a fantastic way to use the technology to get new leads, people that you've never heard of before, people who've never heard of you. And so that's what you want to do. And it's really inexpensive. It's like 25 bucks. And you can track those ads through command. And if it's not working, you can shut it down. So let's say you're paying, I don't know, $6 a day for this ad. And after 4 days, you're like, wait a minute, this isn't going anywhere. I'm only getting, I'm only getting so many responses. I'm not getting a good pull on this ad. You can shut it down and you won't pay any more money for it. So you can also see how well the ad's doing day by day by day. And you can see if it's pulling or not. It's a fantastic resource. So get your Facebook set up and then start to research on Google how you get a Facebook ads manager account. And I don't think it costs anything to open the account because it costs stuff to run a Facebook ad manager account. So even if you don't do Twitter or Google AdWords, start with Facebook. Agents are just raving about it. Okay, so let's see what else I need to show you. You do not have to connect .loop. Do not connect .loop. .loop is there for you to connect your account so that when we switch over to command, we're going to be using DocuSign, not .loop. Right now, the office provides a paid .loop account for all of its agents. You do not have, you're not using command right now to process your documents, to forward your documents, to share your documents. You're still using .loop and we're still using green sheets. So the only time you need to connect to .loop is when, after we switch over, if you want to take some of your information from .loop and put it into command so that you have the history of all your transactions in command, or maybe you have open loops that you want to transfer the information over from .loop into DocuSign and into what's called opportunities inside command, then you need to connect .loop. But for now, leave that till we, till Faye says, yes, we're ready to move full-time into command, guys. You have until this date. Then we'll do a session on how you switch your information from the .loop loops into command. But for now, don't connect it. It only causes problems. You do not have to do that now. DocuSign, you can wait to connect that also. You can connect it now if you'd like. I do a class on opportunities. Actually, we'll probably have to get off here just in about a minute because I'm going to be doing an opportunities class. If you want to go into that class, we're going to have to get out of here and then because it's under a different Zoom account. So you can join me like in 3 minutes for that class. And we will talk a little bit about DocuSign there. So that's basically connecting your accounts. You want Gmail, you want Calendar, you want your Facebook under social, you want Twilio, and those are the accounts right now that you have to connect. I'm going to send you information about uploading your contacts. Basically, Scott Leroy Marketing will upload all of your contacts into command. That's the most important piece. If you have your contacts in a CRM like Top Producer or whatever, all you have to do, or Lions Desk, all you have to do is export those contacts. The directions I send you are going to show you how to export your contacts from your Gmail account, from your phone, from an AOL account. All you're going to do is export your contacts as a file. The file name is called CSV. That's the type of file it is. That's like a mini spreadsheet file. Then you're going to send those files, you're going to attach them to an email that goes to support@scottleroymarketing.com. This is all in the directions I'm going to send you. and they're going to do the heavy lifting. They're going to import all that stuff into Command for you. You can do it yourself, but it's a pain in the neck. It's a lot of error messages and it takes a long time. Let the people at Scott Loray Marketing do it for you. Even if they're in eEdge, let them do it. All you're going to do is attach files and say, hey, you know, peeps at Scott Loray Marketing, here's my login username and password, the same one you use to get into Command. And please upload this to Command. And they will do it for you. Okay? All right. I'm going to follow this up by sending you guys later today all this information. Email me. I'm now putting my cell phone number in, so you can text me, email me, or call me with questions. I'm going to get off here now, and I'm going to open up the next class, which is opportunities. Okay?
Thank you, Terry.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
guys.
Appreciate it. That was great.
Okay. Okay. Bye.
See ya. Bye. Bye.